Hey guys, welcome back to Trading with Todd. I know you guys are following along on the journey. Obviously, that's what brings you to the videos. So today I wanted to share some of the knowledge that I'm gaining. I think it's super important to share with people that may be following this journey, that may be trying to learn themselves, or are just curious about trading in general. So what I did today was made a video on some of the basic questions that I had when I started, and then I just keep getting a lot of information from the Discord. People have these questions. You take for granted some of the basics that they may not know. So I wanted to make a quick video just to provide some value to the community of what I've learned as far as some of these topics. Now, please like this video just to help with the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Super excited to share this with you, and I'll see you at the end. All right, so here we are. We're on Bitcoin, and we're looking at the price action on a 15-minute interval. The interval is the time that this price action is going to represent, this candlestick is going to represent. So I'm getting some questions about, of course, how do you read a candlestick? How do you know the difference? So here's what we need to know about candlesticks. A green candlestick has closed higher than the open. That means that we've made a move to the upward. We've made a positive gain on that price action within that period of time. So right here, we're at the 15-minute time interval. So that means this green stick, any of these green candlesticks, have made a net positive. So we've opened and we've closed higher. Now, to the flip side, the red would mean that we closed lower than the open. So this red candlestick here, we closed down here even though we opened up here. So that was a negative change in price action during that 15-minute window. So that's how you can tell, what the difference between a red and a green is. Now, people ask about the wicks, which are these skinny little lines that come off the candlestick. So what these wicks are that was the lowest and highest price price activity inside that 15-minute window, though it did not close or open at those ranges. So, price action can come down here just kiss this for a moment and come right back up and be inside as its open and close range. So that's where these wicks come from. They show the highest and lowest price that it moved during that time, even if it didn't close that high or close that low. So that's what's important here with the red and green candlesticks. The second question that I really get is about, how to identify a trend, or what a trend is. So a trend is when you can see price action moving in a very similar direction over a longer period of time. So if we look at this picture here, and this one is not an amazing example, but we can see that if we draw a line here, I'm going to take my line tool and just kind of draw a line through all this price action here. You can kind of see that we're on this slight downward trend of the price action. Another way to do this would be to go from the highest high here and go to the next high, which would be right here. You can see that's kind of a downtrend. And then you can also do that with the lower. Take the line, go to your lowest low, and then go to another low, which is right here. And you can see, again, this line is kind of trending down. So when we have more price action, or the average, which is what price action usually does, reverts to a mean, it kind of will show us the trend of what the price action is over that period of time. So you can have back here, if we go here, you can see that this range right here during this window, let me open it up a little bit, this price action here was trending upwards. So if we go to our low here and go to another low, we were trending up. If we try to go to our highs here, and then we go to another high up here, again, trending up. So this would be an uptrend, and then this would be a downtrend. So that's the next important thing, is recognizing when the price is trending, because that's going to be important in your trading. Are you going to be trading against the market or with the market? Obviously, we don't want to trade against the market. So trending up, trending down, super important. Again, another question that I see a lot of, people are looking at these trading charts and looking at some of these videos online, and then they come back and say, well, I don't understand what the red and green, stop losses and target prices and things. So can you explain that a little bit? So yeah, what we have here, we have a tool on TradingView, and you can have a long position or a short position. So I'll show you the long position first, and we'll just set it here randomly. So what's going to happen is the red is your stop loss. This is the distance between your entry price, which will be this line here, and then your stop loss. So typically you're going to move your stop loss to wherever you're comfortable. It's very important to keep a stop loss on all of your trades, because if the trade doesn't go your way, or if you're wrong about your theory about the trade, you obviously want to mitigate taking larger losses. You don't want to lose your account just because you're wrong. So what we see here is typically something in this range, right? You'll have a stop loss that's lower, and then you'll have an upside risk, or excuse me, an upside reward that's going to be larger than your downside risk. We call this a ratio. So again, the red is your stop loss. This doesn't mean you've lost money yet. This is unrealized. But once you hit this line down here, the price action goes and closes, or excuse me, the price action just falls below that. That's going to close out your trade for whatever loss that you've set up. And you can obviously control that risk. And then again, once it's in the green and it's moving up, you're going to see that getting up here to the top and hitting your target price is where you're going to benefit and make the money. Now, you can close the trade anywhere in here, right? So if we bring this target down, we say, okay, I just want to, I want to make a 1 to 2 ratio here. So that means that if I'm risking $10, obviously my reward would be $20. That's the ratio there. But again, red is your stop loss area, green is your reward area, and obviously this is where your price targets are. Again, center line entry this out. The other thing that I find people asking about is what is the difference between a short and a long position. So I just showed you the long position. Again, that is when you want the price to go from your entry point here and you want it to go up, right? So let's draw that line for visual representation. We hit our entry point and we want the price action to go up, right? So on this opposite side of that, and to further explain, you're buying the stock or the crypto here and you're selling up here. So whatever the difference between that buying and selling price, that's what you would gain as your profit. And just exactly the opposite with a short position. Set that here, pull that down a little, get my line. We want to enter at this entry point, and we want the stock to go into the green and go down. That is called shorting a stock. Now, what confuses people is, how do you sell something you don't have? How do you sell short and then buy low? So what you're basically doing is when you sell short, you're borrowing from the exchange at this price, and when the price falls down to your target price, you sell or you buy it at this price. So you keep the difference. This difference. All right, guys, so I appreciate you tuning in. These are some of the basics that I think are super important to kind of understand as you're learning and as you're kind of, even if you're just for entertainment value, watching along with some of the trades or some of the people that you're watching. It does make it a little easier understanding those basic terms. So leave a comment below if this helps, or if you want to hear more. If you have any questions, I can try to make some videos. Again, as I'm learning this stuff, I can share it with the community, which is amazing for me. So again, please like the video for the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe if you think that this brings you value. I'd like to bring you some more. So I'll catch you on the next video. Super excited for 2023. Can't wait to share it with you, and I hope you guys have a great day.